Hello, my name is Kelly Bluen. I am a certified Zentangle teacher and I also love to doodle. So for this month, I am recording 31 videos. Some are Zentangle, some are Zentangle inspired, and some are simply cute little doodles. So I'm going off of a doodle challenge from cutelittlepaper.com, and today's prompt is ant or ants. So my mind just goes immediately to summer picnics and ants getting on your food, ants getting in the picnic baskets. I don't know the last time I've actually taken a picnic or had a picnic, but that's what I envision. So for today, instead of simply drawing ants, we are going to draw them on a little picnic basket. All right, so again, this is day 26. My goodness, we've done so many fun ones. Ooh, I liked yesterday's. All right, so day 26, let's put that number down here. And I'm going to sketch out a picnic basket. So I'm going to grab my pencil and I'm just going to put it sort of in the center of my paper. And I want to be aware of how big or small to make it. Since the picnic basket is the only object we're putting on this page, I want it to be fairly large, not too tiny. Unless you want to draw like a picnic blanket around it and other fun things, of course you can. Okay, so I'm going to put mine about here. I'm going to make the bottom about that wide. Then we're going to go up a little bit on each side. Up and out a little bit. And I'm going to go a little bit taller, I think. Okay. And then I'm going to put a straight line across the top. And then I just want to check and see if my object is fairly even. It looks like this side is not. Anyway, you can play around with it until you think you like it. That's why we're doing this in pencil first. Okay, and go as light as you can because we will be doing some erasing. Okay, so for this cute little basket, we are going to make some fabric that's going to hang down over the basket a little bit. So it's going to kind of round out and just sort of come down, round out and kind of come down. And then we're going to let it just sort of, hang down around the outside. It probably doesn't need that many wiggles because the edge of a blanket is not that wiggly, is it? Okay, that looks better to me. If you want it to cover up a little more of your basket, you can make it go longer. If you would rather have it just come out one side and drape down, you could do that. All right, now we need the little wooden top on the top of the basket. So I'm going to go up and up a little bit on the side, and I'm going to give that a straight line. So I went in a little bit on each edge. Maybe I should zoom in. And then we're going to go in a little bit and in a little bit and add another one. And in the center, we're going to have this little line that comes down. And then I don't really know how to make a hinge, but we're going to put a little hinge right here. so that it can hinge up on both sides. And the line needs to go down here as well. So something that's super cute is if you make one end of your picnic basket open, and a common clip art that I saw was like a loaf of bread sticking out. So that would be adorable. I thought about doing that, but I really want these to be fairly quick doodles. I don't want them to take an hour every day, so I didn't add the element of bread, but you definitely could. All right, now we need some handles. So my handles are gonna go, let me grab my pencils, kind of like this, and they're gonna meet up in the middle there. Does that make sense? So I want a handle here and here. And they can be touching, but they don't have to be. And then I want a parallel line. And then my flat bottom is going to be at an angle. So parallel line, the flat bottom, and a flat top. And if you need to make yours wider or narrower, whatever you need to do, go ahead. And then the back of the handle, that other side, is going to kind of curve down. So we're going to kind of see that, and it's going to stop at the back, you know, that back little bit there. So this one's going to kind of curve and come down as well. All right, how does that look so far? So mine is not perfectly even. You know, this handle's in a little more, or this handle's out a little bit. It doesn't really matter. If you want to play around with yours for a minute, go ahead and change it or fix it, whatever you'd like to do. Okay, and then a cute pattern that I saw on a picnic blanket was some circles. I think we'll put those in later though, after we ink everything in. Yeah, let's just wait. Okay, so I'm going to show you a couple of ways to do the basket. I'm going to keep it very basic today with just some lines and some alternating lines coming down. If you're feeling really creative and you've got some time to spend, then I want you to look up the pattern W2 by Zentangle. Okay, so W2 is a really cool weaving pattern that I'm going to show you on here very quickly. I'm not doing it on the basket only because we're using, you know, angles, and we've got that line of the fabric coming down, and I don't want you to stress about getting this particular pattern correct, but I do want you to look it up if you're interested. Right, I'm going to do one more row. Okay, and then what you do is you alternate like the top of the boxes, the bottom, the top. Since we did the top up here, we're going to do the bottom, the top, the bottom. We did the bottom here, so we do the top, bottom, top. And then we're going to do the inside of these boxes. So I'm going to go inside, 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 inside. We can't go inside this one, so we're going to go inside, inside. Anyway, look at that cool weaving pattern that you get. And it's really fun to shade and show how these are tucking in under the other ones. Okay, I apologize for showing you something that I'm not going to do, but it is such a great basket weave pattern. I just don't want to focus on that today. Okay, W2 by Zentangle. All right, back to what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put in a couple of wide lines like that. Then I'm going to put in a couple of vertical lines. Then I'm going to put in some vertical lines that are at the halfway point of the previous ones, and then halfway down here. See, just a very simple look. Okay, I'm going to start inking things in. I'm going to start with the handles because those are the most forward. So I'm going to ink in this rectangle and that little dip down. I think I'm going to move my next rectangle over just a little bit. Then I'm going to do that little back area, lifting up my pen when I get to those handles. And that little hinge in the middle. Then I'm going to do my fabric, and my fabric does not need to be perfectly straight at the top. You can have a little bit of a wave to it if you want. It spills out over the edge. I'm going to round the bottom of my basket just a little. And then put in these little basket weave lines. We haven't even gotten to the ants yet. All right, on the handles, we're going to put 2 little bolts here. I probably didn't place those quite right. They probably should be down more. And the fabric probably lays differently around them, but that's okay. This is just a doodle, so we're going to use our imaginations that it works. And then on my fabric, I'm just going to put some polka dots. And I like to make those kind of sticking out of the edges a little bit. Okay, let's make some ants. So I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to make my ant path. So my ant path, I'm going to start my ants down here, and they're going to curve around, and they're going to go down to the bottom of the basket, and they're going to come up the basket, and I'm just going to have mine stop at the handle. Okay, so my ants are going to be sections of 3, and I'm just going to put one randomly over here. So I'm going to do like a little oval, little oval, little oval. Leave a space, do an oval, an oval, an oval. They should all be touching. Leave a space, oval, 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 space. So the ants are not touching, but their little sections are. And I'm even, I think, going to make them come out the top here. There we go. All right, continue to follow this little pencil line that I made. That's pretty cute. All right, and then our ants need some little legs. So I'm going to try to make all of the legs kind of coming straight down. So these little curved ones are going to have to come, I'm still going to try to make them come down, I think. And then this guy, they're going to come down on this side, so it might change a little bit. I'm going to start up here with the kind of easy ones. I'm just going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very tiny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then they need little antenna. So this is kind of tricky because we don't have a lot of room, but I'm just going to put like a flick. So when I do a flick, I push down kind of hard and then I lift up and go light. So these are going to be really tiny, but I want you to go from thick to light, thick to thin. Look how cute that makes these guys. All right, I want to add some little grassy details. So I'm going to put in just some little zigzaggy lines in a few places. Then I'm going to take an eraser and I'm going to erase my pencil lines. Erase that little ant path that we made. Make sure your ink is dry so you don't smudge it. That looks pretty cute. All right, let's do some shading and then we can add some color. So for shading, I'm going to put a little bit underneath the blanket, just where it goes over the basket. And then I'm going to soften that and pull it down towards the basket. I'm going to put a little bit on both sides of the basket to hopefully give that illusion that it's kind of curving a little bit. to add some shading to the back of the handle. And that's probably about it. I'm sure there's more you could do, but I feel like I need a little bit at the top of my blanket. I don't even know if there would be a shadow there. Maybe a little bit underneath the handles as well. So I'm going to go on all sides of the handle. I'm just making this up as I go. I apologize. I wasn't really thinking about the shading aspect, but I'll do this little shadow. So the handle kind of looks like it's, you know, lifting off a little bit and casting some shadow. And then we'll do a little bit under the top of that blanket. That looks pretty good. I'm going to take my blending tool that already has some graphite, and I'm going to put a little bit on the back of that top. And I don't know why, but I feel like I need a little bit at the top and the bottom of the handle. Okay, I don't know why, I just think that looks better. Okay, I'm gonna take my green and I'm gonna add some color to the grass. Very pretty. And I'm going to take my red and I'm going to color in that blanket. Mine looks kind of pink. That's okay. Just this little bit of color will make this whole piece look so cute and so finished. And again, feel free to add more if you want to add food, or you want to add a little blanket on the bottom, or you want to add more ants. This is your doodle challenge. Do whatever you would like. I'm going to take my yellow that is kind of a goldish yellow, and I'm just going to put some on the inside edge of the basket and of the handles and the little top. Kind of everything that's wood, I'm just giving it a little accent of color. Could even do some on the little lines inside the basket. Okay, that is all I'm going to do. What do you guys think? I love it. I love it. I love every page we've done so far, but these little ants are just adorable. All right, I'm going to show you one more ant, because I can't help it. I'm just going to put him down here in the corner. So when I was looking up like little ants to draw, I saw these cute little guys that have kind of a like water droplet teardrop shape. And then they've got their body, and their bottom has that same little point. And then their head has a big eyeball with a little black eye in it. And we make his head all dark. We make his body all dark. And then we give them some little feet, and we can do like a little kick. Give him some little arms, and it can even be like on his hip. Those are meant to go off the back of his head, not the front, but I went too quickly. Anyway, isn't that cute? I wish I had made those more in the back, but that's okay. You get the idea. Anyway, you can make so many cute little ants like that, standing up, laying down, holding food, holding hands, dancing. Super cute. That was what I was going to go with, and then I decided to go with a picnic. Anyway, have fun. We will see you again tomorrow. Thanks. Bye-bye.